This is gonna be fun. I'll give you 2 reasons why this is gonna be a humdinger of a battle.
Firstly, we have the highly anticipated all-new entry-level AMG, the A35. And then there's the BMW M135i, the dark horse, and the brand's first attempt at a 1 Series hot hatch that isn't rear-wheel drive. They generate identical power, and while the AMG has less torque than the BMW, its race-bred twin-clutch gearbox should make it quicker from a standing start. Thanks to its masterful launch control system, the yellow car vaults off the mark with precise aggression. But which is the better apex predator?
The moment you get inside the AMG, it feels race ready. It's firm, it's stiff, it's loud, and it's a little bit raw.
Power delivery is explosive out of corners, but the way it tracks through the bends is predictable and precise.
Yes, it does understeer a little bit more at the limit, but I feel that's because you reach that limit quicker.
It has a kung fu grip on the road the whole way that inspires confidence, even across uneven, off-camber corners. The brakes are strong and reassuring after repeated punishment, and as a whole the AMG chassis is hard to fault. But how does BMW's new hot hatch compare?
Yeah, so it doesn't quite have the theatre, the drama of the AMG, but this thing is fast, make no mistake.
If you're a handy driver, you can keep up with the AMG all day long, no problem. The BMW has a static 50-50 front-to-rear torque split, which in tandem with the Torsen front diff makes it more predictable than the AMG, and less intimidating.
The M135 steers well, but it feels a bit over-assisted. It's direct, but the steering is light, and it kind of masks any meaningful feedback.
It's direct and engaging and super satisfying to punch out of corners at full boost, but it's just not as balanced and sure-footed as the Benz.
Both cars are uproariously entertaining, but they engage the driver in very different ways. You can grab the AMG by the scruff of its neck, you can really abuse it, while in this one, the BMW, you have to caress it a little more, you have to massage it through the corners and be a little more careful about how you approach and exit. So the AMG is the dynamic champion in this test, but which would I live with? The BMW. It's got a softer ride, it's not as loud, the seats are more comfortable, the suspension's not as stiff. I mean, this thing has a lot of things going for it in terms of comfort.
These 4-pot screamers are hugely entertaining. They make all the right sounds, they feel amazing to drive, but also deliver high levels of luxury and technology.
BMW has done a really nice job with the new 1 Series interior, and this range-topping model feels plenty sporty. It starts with these sports seats, which are very comfortable, more comfortable than the AMGs, and they still have the air bladders in the bolsters, so they really grip your body, which is great when you're doing those high G maneuvers. This is a luxury car and you get all the mod cons, which means a couple of USB ports, you've got the wireless phone charger and the brand new iDrive system with this gorgeous new touchscreen. It also has the new BMW Live cockpit, which is a digital instrument panel, and it's beautifully integrated, it's clear, it looks great, and you've got a certain level of customizability on this right-hand side over here. It's not quite as advanced as what Mercedes offer, but it does have a lot of new features, including the voice-activated functions. Hey BMW.
Hello, what can I help you with?
The interior of the AMG is very sporty, and again, it starts with these sports bucket seats, which are even more intense than in the BMW. And yes, they have the adjustable side bolsters again, very nice. The steering wheel is next level. It has a flat bottom, unlike the BMW, and check this out, these context-sensitive controls, they're not really that useful, but they look awesome. And it has a really cool touchscreen system with multiple inputs, such as the touchpad, the steering wheel buttons, and of course voice. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
You only need to take one look at this car to realise it's a bona fide hyperhatch. I mean, check out the front strakes. You've got this incredible front splitter here. It's low to the ground, 19-inch alloy wheels, and this optional giant wing. It won't be to everyone's taste, but there is no mistaking this for something a little fast and a little furious. The BMW, on the other hand, is a far more conservative design. I mean, you can tell it's a hot hatch, the lowered suspension, the 19-inch alloy wheels, the big brakes, this muscular front end, but it doesn't have the intensity of the AMG. I can see the appeal of the boy racer looks on the Mercedes, but for me, I kind of like the subdued design of the BMW.
The hot hatches are hard to split in terms of luxury and tech, and while the AMG has that awful gear shifter and the BMW has slightly more interior space, the AMG is just, well, cooler.
At the end of the day, the BMW is a more sophisticated, more comfortable machine. It's probably the one I'd want to live with on a daily basis. It'd be easier to commute in, for example. But this test is about performance, and on that measure, the AMG is the winner. Yes, it's stiffer, it's louder, it's rawer, but when you get it in those twisty corners, it is an absolute machine.